Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plaintables Camp in Philly. This is a lesson on the elect in the dictionary, to choose, to select, to pick out, choose. Down here it says electus, from Latin, chosen, out of or from, to choose. The suffix C, elite. All right, so the elect are the elite whom the Lord is going to deliver. All right, and if you are, put to death here, you're going to receive your rank, your crown in the kingdom. All right. However, the majority of the body is going to be delivered. All right. Now, deliverance is going to come because of Babylon, America being destroyed. And if you are in a place where the nuclear fire isn't going to hit, you're going to be translated into the heavens, which is like space, right? Like outer space, to receive your new body. All right. The scriptures say, in the twinkling of an eye, we shall be changed. In 1 Corinthians, I believe, 15th chapter. I don't have that scripture actually, but you can look it up. So in the twinkling of an eye, we shall be changed. This is Matthew 24 and 29. It says, the glorious return. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. These are referring to the elite. All right, the elite, the so-called Illuminati, the bankers, the people that control the militaries and all the fake money, the Federal Reserve notes. All right, people that control the politics, the Edomites, the guys with the little hats. They're going to fall from the sky, fall from their power. And when a nuclear fire hits, it's going to darken out the sky. All right. Says Matthew 24 and 30, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall the tribes of the earth mourn, which are the different nations, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Chariots of Israel. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So that means what? That the deliverance, that the elect are not just in one place. They're not just in America. They're all over the world. All right. And things are going to happen. Events are going to happen in which them that are asleep right now are going to awake to the truth. All right. Because the scriptures say about the word being published, and then shall the end come. All right. So the elect are going to have a spark. The chosen, they're going to have a spark of information, a knowledge, right? And a lot of them may not even act on that, but it's always going to be in their mind, and then like a seed. All right, and then if something's going to happen, just like when all of us came to the truth, we had a small seed of information, and then it grew into us, fully believing and investing in the faith. All right. So every elect brother has a different path, how they're going to find out the truth and worship. All right. Some Israelites are going to just have dreams and visions, and they're going to believe. All right. Other brothers are going to see another brother teaching, and they're going to believe. It depends on how Yahushua has you find the truth. And that's all over the world, not just in America. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. All right. Now you have to believe. That's all you have to do is believe. All right. Electos is Greek. Electos. Pick out, chosen by God to obtain salvation through Mashiach. That's how you say it in Hebrew. All right. Christians, which these are all Israelites, are called chosen or elect of God. Because remember, the Edomite Christians, the other nations that are Christians, they don't believe that the other nations going into slavery. They don't believe that there's a penalty for enslaving the Lord's elect and abusing and molesting and destroying the Lord's elect. They don't. The Christians don't. The Edomite Christians, so-called white people, Chinese, East Indians, Moabites, Arabs, they don't believe that there's punishment for sins. All right, they don't even acknowledge their sins. Those sins. They don't acknowledge that that these world governments are evil, and that there's a dietary law and high holy days. They don't acknowledge that, so they can't. So this can't be talking about them. This is referring to the Christians here. Is referring to elite, chosen people who feared the Most High God through His Son Yahweh, and that to the best of their ability they keep these laws and the faith that was taught. That's in the scriptures. The Edomites, the rest of the nations, they don't believe that. That's how we know it's not talking about them. The Messiah is called elect, as appointed by the Most High to the most exalted office conceivable. All right, that's Yahweh, the Son. All right, choice, select, and in general, it says choice, select, for example, the best of his kind or class. Excellence, preeminent, applied to certain individual Christians. All right. Well, the anointed. All right. On one hand, all of Israel are anointed, but amongst the anointed, because Christian means anointed. All right. Meaning, you step into an office, all right, and you assume a title, you assume the responsibilities and duties of every particular office when you're anointed. All right. And then you get, when it's in a religious sense, or when it applies to our faith, that's, you become, you convert back to your original nationality, heritage. You get a part of your knowledge back, enough of it so you can be delivered. All right. Applied to certain individual Christians. All right. Elect. All right. So you have elect amongst Israel. All right. What's that there? So we got Isaiah 45:4, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect. All right. So this is referring to all the Israelites. I have even called thee by name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me. All right. Elect. We got elect. And in Hebrew, we have Bachayar, chosen, choice one, chosen one, elect of the power, elect of God. All right, see right here, Samuel 2:16. Let 7 men of his sons be delivered to us, and we will hang them up unto the Lord in Gibeah of Saul, whom Yahweh did choose. And the king said, I will give them. All right. Choose. Means selected. All right. Chosen. All right, so they were selected to be hung. All right. It's Yahweh, not Yahweh. All right. See, Esau don't. He can't. It's scripture say that the name of the Lord is dreadful. Dreadful among the heathen, or terrible among the heathen. All right. So, and then it gives you right here. It gives you the scriptures where Bachayar is used. All right, chosen. All right, yep. So, moving on, Isaiah 65. It says, your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together. Isaiah 65:7. Saith the Lord, which have burnt incense upon the mountains. Many they worship in other gods, and blaspheme me upon the hills, which is slander. Because when you worship another god, you have to slander the original God. Therefore will I measure. Therefore will I measure their former work unto their bosom. Man, they're going to get paid back for denouncing the Father. Thus saith Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it, so will I do for my servant's sake, that I may not destroy them all. All right, meaning amongst all of Israel, they're going to have an elect amongst Israel, but some of them are going to be destroyed. All right, that I may not destroy them all. All right, and I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and my elect shall inherit it. All right, this is Yahweh Shai. And my servants shall dwell there, and that's the Israelites, the elect of Israel. All right, but really, all Israel tells you that all Israel is going to be saved. All right, but you have a certain number that are going to be destroyed with the second death. It says 2/3 are going to be cut off and die in Babylon, America. All right. All right, so we got there. So we got Isaiah 45:15. Verily, thou art a God that hidest thyself, O God of Israel, the Savior. All right, because the Most High Yahweh is going to send Yahweh Shai to recover his elect. All right, and he hideth himself because, you know, we can't physically see Yahweh or his son Yahweh Shai, and we have faith that he exists. All right, but he hasn't manifested himself physically. All right, they shall be ashamed and also confounded, all them. They shall go to confusion together that are makers of idols. All right. And if you're not worshiping the Most High God, you're worshiping an idol. If you're not worshiping Yahweh Shai, you're worshiping an idol. All right. Whether it be a person or an inanimate object. All right. But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, a world without end. All right, and Israel is known as the world. All right. So you go John 3:16 talks about he came to save the world. The world he's referring to is the Israelites. All right. The word there is cosmos. Which means an ornament, a jewel. All right, let me just get it. These would be the elect. Cosmon. Right, and an apt and harmonious arrangement of constitution, order, a government, a constitution, a contract. Again, remember the other nations, that they're not all about order, law, cleanliness, being unclean, ritually clean, ritually unclean, washing yourself at a proper times. High holy days. So then this cannot be talking about them. Harmonious, tenfold, not in discordant, not discord, not dissident. It's harmonious, it's concord. All right, the people that are going to be delivered. All right, can't be talking about Edomites. An ornament, a decoration, like a jewel. All right. Yeah, in this respect, it's not talking about everything in it, and you know, because it's not talking about that. All right. Any aggregate or general collection of particulars of any sort. All right. Particulars meaning something, a specific, a certain section of the best, a jewel. All right. So everybody cannot be harmonious and arranged perfectly. That's why we know it's not talking about everything in the earth in this respect. The human family, the human family is not harmonious. They believe they have different gods, different belief systems, worship different high holy days. They worship on different days. All right, so you keep the word within the context of the scripture. It's really simple, actually. It's not really difficult. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And we know what does the so-called world, but this is not talking about the whole circumference of the earth. It's talking about a select elect, all right, which are the Israelites, right? But only this time, certain Israelites are going to take the taste of the second death, all right? But ultimately, all Israel, which is the world, is going to be saved, all right? Because the Lord died for the sins of all Israel. All right, so it's referring to all the Israelites. All right, but if you are an unbeliever, you're going to taste of that second death if you were Israelite, but you'll be reborn in the kingdom. For the Most High sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. All right. Because the world, referring to the Israelites, are all going to be saved. Meaning we're going to be resurrected. All Israel. All right. But 2/3 of Israel are going to be destroyed. All right. At the very least. All right. That's what we're talking about in Babylon, America. All right. But Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. All right. John 8:21. Then said Yahushua again unto them, I go my way, and ye shall seek me, and shall die in your sins. Whither I go, ye cannot come. All right. So you're going to have Israelites that are going to die in their sins. All right. So I have one more. Well, I got one more. Revelation 7, but yeah, here we go. Romans 11. And there's like at least 50 plus scriptures that tells you that Israel is going to be saved. Israel's going to be saved. It's like at least 50 minimal. All right. Let me see right here. 11:26. And all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion a deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. For this is my covenant to them, when I shall take away their sins. All right. So Yahushua was manifest to take away the sins of Israel. That's the main thing you got to remember. But there's also a elect amongst the elect. All right. And we just read about and ye shall die in your sins. All right. So, all right. Last one, Romans 7, Revelation 7:1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And the winds is the army that the Lord built with the nations, which is their nuclear fire, the nuclear fire, which Yahushua directly controls. All right. And they're going to release that wind, and that wind is going to destroy Babylon, America, and several parts of the earth. All right. So you say hold it back. What it said this should not blow. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the great seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. All right, so the Lord set angels up to destroy Babylon, America, and different parts of the earth. Because Yahushua is the ultimate, commander. All right, he received the orders from the Father, and Yahushua in turn given, Michael, the archangel, and the other angels, says here the four angels, power or orders to destroy Babylon, America, and different parts of the earth, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. All right. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. All right. So it makes up 144,000. All right. I should look up sealed, which was sealed. Then it just repeats it throughout the tribes. I don't know if I'll look this word up in a while. We got what's a hard word? We got Safragiza. To seal upon, to mark with a seal, to seal. For security from Satan. All right. Since things sealed up are concealed as the contents of the letter, to hide, to keep in silence, to keep secret, in order to mark a person or a thing. All right. To set a mark upon by the impress of a seal or stamp. They're talking about like a stamp on like a letter or a scroll. Seal. All right. In order to prove or confirm or attest a thing. Yeah, because the elect have a testimony, have a word that was sealed. So you can question any of the elect, and they would have 144,000 anyway, and they would have certain special knowledge in order to prove, confirm, or test a thing. To confirm, authenticate, to place beyond a doubt. So the elect are sealed to a written document. I said to prove one's testimony to a person that he is what he professes to be. So the 144,000 prophets have a testimony. Yeah, I didn't even know that was there. Yeah. Right there. Purple. All right. To prove one's testimony to a person that he is what he professes to be. All right. So if the elect are sealed, that means they contain a certain amount of knowledge, a testimony. All right, enough to deliver you to be delivered. All right, so this is a heavy definition. So that mark, so we know. So the Yahushua writes that we are of that number. All right, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. All right, not the other nations. They got a different. They believe a different doctrine. All right, go down. So it repeats it throughout all the tribes of Israel. All right, a multitude from the tribulation. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. All right. And we're going to look up kindreds right there. And cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. And the angel stood. Honor. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, What are these which are arrayed with white robes? Whence come they? And I said unto them, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, These are they which come out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Come on. So the elect all over the world are going to be persecuted, because the elect are not going to conform to the New World Order, the NWO. They're going to be telling the Lord's elect to do certain things, and whether they heard the word from us or they receive, revelation from a dream or vision, they're not going to comply with the new system they're trying to rule in. So it's telling you that they came out of great tribulation. All right. And it said great multitude, which no man can number. So they can't be talking about just contained in America. All right. Therefore are they before the throne of the power, and serve him day and night in his temple. And he that sitteth on the throne shall dwell with them. All right. And they shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more, neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and they shall lead them into living fountains of waters, and the power shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Now, in contrast, the Edomites are going to be getting their back whipped. The Hamites, the different Japhites, the other Shemites that are not of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are going to be building up our kingdom. They're going to be servants, pursuant to Revelation 2:25. Leviticus, the 25th chapter, 44th verse, I believe. All right. So it's not talking about anybody that's just a good person. That's the damn Edomite doctrine, to get a bunch of followers and to get a bunch of money from everybody. He tricks you people to think you were included. Great multitude, nations, and kindreds. All right. And there's, it tells you in the book of Genesis at least 3 times that the blessing that we were going to receive was we were going to become a multitude of nations. All right. Goyim, or Goya. All right. That was our blessing, meaning we're going to be scattered throughout the whole earth. And we're going to be under the titles of the other nations. All right. And if we were the elect in those nations, it's going to come a time period where we were going to wake up, whether by direct word, through a video epistle, or seeing a brother preach, or having a dream or a vision. And then you're going out seeking and searching and researching. All right. Fule, tribe. In the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. All right. So I can drop the mic right there. All right. So the elect are referring to the Israelites that were in Babylon, that are scattered throughout the world, whom the Lord sealed with the knowledge. And that time period could be now, or it could be later at the last second. All right. So hope you edified. Shalom to the next lesson.